This group in Washington, they are fascists. I know I say that a lot, but it's the only term that applies. Well, maybe gangsters. I think I could live with that. That might work. But they're doing it again. Today in the news, Department of Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem said Immigration and Customs Enforcement officials, that's ICE, have arrested Abrego Garcia again. Remember him? Sent him to El Salvador last time. Abrego Garcia's attorneys say the government offered him a deal to go to Costa Rica if he plead guilty to human smuggling charges. He declined that deal, and then the government they were outraged. Then came the threat of Uganda. Abrego Garcia's trial on human smuggling charges, is not set to begin until 2027. And that was just too long for them to wait, so that's when Kristi's fangs came out. Here's what she said on X. She said, President Trump is not going to allow this illegal alien who is an MS-13 gang member, human trafficker, serial domestic abuser, and child predator to terrorize Americans any longer. I don't know that he's been terrorizing Americans, but she says so we'll see. The DHS later said on X that he will be processed for removal to Uganda, a country he has never been in. Whatever Abrego Garcia may have done in the past, he has committed the cardinal sin against this administration. He has embarrassed them, and they hate that. The first time he and his lawyers exposed the fact that they had screwed up by sending him away in the first place to a prison in El Salvador known for its cruelty to inmates, there was no evidence that Garcia had committed any crime on American soil other than being here illegally. A judge had earlier prevented his deportation, saying that sending him back to El Salvador could put his life in jeopardy. Well, rather than doing what any sane administration would do, just admit their error, apologize, bring him back, and move on. Instead, they tried to tie him to the notorious gang MS-13 by faking the group's tattoo on his knuckles, among other things. Then they lied they couldn't do anything about it because El Salvador was in charge and they wouldn't allow it. That was a lie, of course. They proved it was a lie then by bringing him home. The whole sorry incident exposed them for the criminals they are, and for that, Abrego Garcia must be made an example of. Have you no decency, sir, at long last? Have you no sense of decency? Those words were spoken by the chief counsel for the U.S. Army and directed at Joseph McCarthy, whose principal advisor was Roy Cohn, who later became a mentor to one Donald J. Trump. See how it all comes together? But they are today perfectly appropriate when directed at Trump and his own Irma Grease, known as the hyena of Auschwitz. This is our moment. No time to give up. Tyranny only survives in a climate of fear. This is America, and patriots are living in a foreign land right now. That's why we must fight to make America a democracy again.